N4LQ.
WB4NKL.
Well, good morning, guys. N4LQ, WB4NKL, WA4LLR. Hope you guys doing well today. Thought I'd try out a transmitter I hadn't had on in a while. I'm on the Valiant 2. And Lord, I don't know when I had it on last. And listening on the 129X, so let me know if it's buzzing or making any kind of strange rackets. Like I said, it ain't been on in a while. N4LQ and the group, WA4LLR.
Yeah. All right, good morning. It's N4LQ. Nah, I don't hear anything strange, just a mild hum, not much nobody would notice but me since I've got the subwoofer, but it's not even hardly enough to comment on. I need to look at it again and see if I can estimate your modulation percentage. And I don't know which mic are you using, Dave? I'm curious about that. Anyway, getting ready to head out in about 2 hours or so for the old friends luncheon down there in Spartanburg. So good morning, Cliff. WB4NKL, N4LQ.
Let's see. Turn some power on here. Hold just a minute. That's better. N4LQ, WB4NKL. Good morning, Dave, Steve. Yeah, I can't stay around too long. I've got a, first Thursday of every month, we have a retired breakfast over at, towards Irwin, Unicoi. So, that interferes with coming down to Spartanburg. But, I guess I'll hang around here till about 8 maybe and hit the road. Valiant sounds good to me, Dave. I don't have the subwoofer, so I can't tell you about any hum. I'm running a little Amico again today with an amplifier, Power 813s. So it took a while to get it all turned back on. I've got an external 12-volt power supply that I had to flip on to key the amplifier. I think I've got it all heading in the right direction there now. Go ahead, WA4LLR, WB4NKL.
W4JPL.
WD4OU.
All right, good morning, John, and good morning, Terry. So John, go ahead and flip it to Terry, and if nobody else comes in, give it back to me. W4JPL, WA4LLR.
Alrighty. Well, good morning, everybody. Wait a minute. I gotta pull the switch. Hope everybody's doing all right this morning. Was out cutting grass, got that done already. So it's going to be another fun day. Got the 500 working again, a little fuse. And I think it might have been pilot error why the fuse blew. Like there's a 4 amp and a 1.5 amp fuse, and when I put it together, I think I might have put the wrong one in the wrong hole. But it seems to be working now, thank you, Jesus. So, turn it over to Uncle Terry, WD4OUM in the group, W4JPL.
K4YBC. WD4OUM. Well, good morning, everybody. Cliff, I was trying to think of the name of that. Clarence's, I think, is the name of that restaurant. Just curious if that's where you go to eat. Last 2 times I was up there, about never got waited on, about never got her food, and had to stand in line 15-20 minutes trying to pay to get out there. Their excuse was they was training new people, but now it was 2 different times. So I liked it a lot better when it was down there in that other place before it burnt down. I mean, you could go in there and sit down, order your food, and eat, and get up and eat. But oh well. We got a little drizzle last night, a little over 1/10 of an inch. It was kind of clear, but I looked out there a minute ago and it's done crowded up. So there you go. Anyway, Kaz, I'm going to turn it to you. Nobody else pops in. Turn it back to Uncle Dave. K4YBC WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, Terry. Well, good morning, everybody. 67 degrees over here in Lenore. And I think it's partly cloudy. I hadn't really looked out. So not a lot going on here this morning. So I think Janie wanted to go up to Lowe's this morning and pick up some paint. We need to paint the little back porch. I had it stained, but it's looking awful shabby. So I think we'll try to find some good deck paint, see what they've got anyway. Thought I'd get a light red, sort of match the roof on the house or something. So anyway, WA4LLR, K4YBC.
All righty. Good morning, Dave. Do we have anybody else ready to come in? Come now. Okay, I guess we got everybody for the moment. K4YBC in the group. WA4LLR. Steve, a quick break. You said you were curious about something, or you asked some question, and I had to step out of the room for a second. Were you asking me something, Break?
Oh, I just asked which mic you're using.
I'm on an unamplified D104. It's a... You'd have to see it to believe it. Rick keeps talking about some of my doorstop microphones. And I've got an old Shure Dispatcher's mic that somebody had set up with I guess it was an old Motorola police dispatch radio. And it looks like you hooked it behind a tractor and drug it through gravel for a while. He made so much fun of it. I don't use it anymore, but I've still got it so that I can set it out on the desk whenever he comes up, so he'll have something to talk about. This D104 I picked up at the Gray, Tennessee Ham Fest years back for about nothing. Somebody had spray painted the mic and the stand black. I guess to match some black CB would be my guess. And the guy pretty much gave it away, and I took it to the house. I didn't figure it even worked, but it did, so I've just kept it back. But it's not the prettiest mic I've ever seen in my life, but it kind of works. Anyway, let me send it on around. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Okay. Say N4LQ. Well, it's got that little bit of hum and a little bit of distortion, and seems to me like you were using either that one or some other unamplified D104 a few days ago, and it sounded the same way. I don't think it was on the Valiant though, and I just wonder if you got an amplified one sitting around there. I'd just like to hear the difference, see what it sounds like. Anyhow, I'm running the AF68, and boy, oh boy, can't believe that power level. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Plate current is kind of low, but for some reason it's putting out more power. You just never know. I think it's these chrome door stops I've got under the front. Make all the RF slide out the back of it somehow. And good morning to Dave and Terry and John and Mr. Cliff, who has to go to a wingding. And yeah, Gray, Tennessee. I used to go there a couple of times. Wonder what happened to him. Last time I was up there, I was on the way back home, and we spotted a yard sale on the left side of the road, and so I carefully slowed down and signaled and sat there in traffic waiting to make my left turn, and I looked in my rear view mirror, and here came a car speeding behind us, and I had 2 cars behind me that I had blocked. And that guy in the back, third one back, he slammed into the car behind, the second car behind me, which hit me, tore up the rear end of my car. That's how hard it hit. He totaled his car and the 2 cars behind me. I mean, he really hit hard. He was going full tilt, playing with his phone or something, and plus he was had no driver's license. He was an illegal alien of some sort, and that's been 6 or 7 years ago. So there you go. I hate to stop in the road and make a turn because I'm really nervous about it now. WB4NKL N4LQ.
4ICL.
N4LQ, it's WB4NKL. And good morning to Chad. You'll come after Cuz, I guess. I think he was the last one to come in. Terry, no, it's they have that over at Maple Grove there in Unicoi. They've got a room in the back. They save for us, so it's usually about 10 to 15 shows up, so it's good to have a room to ourselves. I hadn't been to Clarence's since they moved to that old Wendy's location. So it's been a long time since I've been to Clarence's. And Steve, if that was a Gray Ham Fest, that was probably longer than 8 years ago. They had it there at Gray, and I think the price went up too high on the fairgrounds. And there was a ham there in Bristol, Charlie Stuchel, DJ, local DJ, and the ham, he sort of took it over, and he tried having it over at Bristol Speedway a couple times, and then he passed away, and Greenville Club down here took it over, so they've been having it ever since. What was left of the Gray Fair became the Greenville Ham Fest. So it's never reached the size it was when it was out the Gray Fairgrounds. That was an excellent place, and Terry, he was involved with it in the early days. They had a pretty good thing going. Go ahead, John. Glad the 500 didn't have any serious troubles. W4JPL, it's WB4NKL.
Alrighty. Wow, I'm on frequency and everything. WB4NKL and the group, W4JPL. Well, good morning, everybody. I heard Chad jump in there. I guess he comes in somewhere along the line. Hope your anniversary went good yesterday, Cliff. I got distracted for a minute if you said so. I didn't hear it. Sorry. Got my floor done yesterday, finally, my bathroom. Did a little touching up, caulking and whatnot. Cost me a lot of money, but it got fixed right, so all the rotten, wet wood, it was unbelievable. I got 4 bags of crap I got to take to the dump over in Greensboro today. It's pretty heavy. The wood was soaked. It's unbelievable. However, it was fixed. It was fixed right. Yeah, the 500, I think it was pilot error. So I'm using it, and usually when I fix them, they stay fixed, unless I find something stupid, in which case I take it to Cliff. That's the story of my life. And he says, oh, look over here, there's something stupid, and then I'm happy. WD4OUM in the group, W4JPL.
WD4OUM. Good morning, Chadwick. Steve, if you was at the Graham Fest, we didn't have phones back in them days. Nope. That's a long time ago. Anyway. And I do know what you're talking about, stopping in the road and making a left turn. I done that one time going home from work on 311. Traffic coming to meet me. I couldn't move, and I looked in my rear view mirror, and here come a guy just a-flying. He didn't even hit his brakes. Tore my little car all to pieces. And that might be some of my problem with my back today. I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, I got something. It ain't radio related per se, but anyway. A week or two ago, in my pimp mobile, my left signal light, you'd turn it on, and it'd go tick, 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 you know, flashing. So when I got back home, I got out, checked the front, it was working. Checked the back, it was working. I said, you know, I gets on Google and I Google it. And lo and behold, they said that the resistance in them bulbs would change. And if it changed slightly, it would cause that fast clicking. So I happened to have a bulb, and I pulled my left rear bulb out, put it in, took care of the problem. But that article also said in 4 states, I didn't read no further than that, so I don't know which state, if you had a fast blinking turn signal, it was illegal. Anyway, so there you go. If you got a flash blinking light, change your bulbs. K4YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Seriously? If it blinks fast, it's against the law, huh? Oh, okay. I'll go along with that, I reckon. Lord, I went to the last ham fest they had there in Gray, Tennessee. It was a good one, and I bought a Drake transceiver from W7IUC over there. Norm, he had one there, and I brought it home with me, and then at that time, there's some guru down in Tennessee. He was a Drake expert or something, so I sent it down to him, and he went through it, and I got it back. It was a great little transceiver, but the only thing I had against it is it's kind of finicky to tune up. But then I ended up selling it somebody up in Hickory. I don't know. I don't think it was. I'm not sure who I sold it to up in Hickory. And yeah, I went to the one ham fest over there at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Boy, that was a wasted trip. drove all the way across the mountain over there, and I didn't stay probably 20 minutes, so I come back home. Oh well, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Anyway, good morning to you, Chad. KN4RCL, K4YBC.
KN4RCL in the group, mighty fine, cause I've never been driving and been rear-ended like that, but my wife got rear-ended like that, and it wasn't never the same like that, and that girl didn't touch the brakes at all. Just hit a full blast, and it's right there in front of my house when I was in Spruce Pines. So, yeah, that makes everything hard, you know. And she said the sun was in her eyes, but that ain't no excuse for, she's probably on her phone or something. She just told the trooper that to keep from getting another ticket, probably. And I never went to the Greyhound Fest. I remember when it was going on and everything, but I never did go over there. I was just thinking, I was in the building just a few weeks ago at the Tennessee Fair, and realized what a good building that would be for a ham fest. You can have a good ham fest in there. But I guess that's days gone by. KN4RCL. Whoever gets it next, no one told me.
Well, I guess it's me. Let's see. We got anybody else that wants to come in? Come now.
W4GUZ without the amplifier on. It's warming up.
All right. Good morning, Brandon. We can hear you fine without it. Go ahead and make one and get back to me.
Well, I haven't took my first cup of coffee yet, so that's where it stands here on Staggerweed. Good morning to those that can hear me. It was nice to sleep in a little late this morning. WA4LLR, W4GUZ.
WK4.
All right, Rick, go ahead and give it back to me.
But I ain't got nothing to say. I just checked in. WK4, good morning. I heard Brandon, and that was it. Just slipped over here. WA4LLR, WK4.
Any others? All right, WK4R and the group WA4LLR. Well, let's see here. Steve, I don't have a amplifier that I can plug in right away because somebody put a very weird plug on this, a receptacle on this, mic receptacle on this Valiant 2. And I had to search high and low to find one. I've only got one on one mic, so I got to do something about that. And as far as the rear-ended thing, that's what happened to the last Harley that I had. I was sitting waiting for a guy to turn left, and as he turned left, some dude in the minivan came up and hit me about 45, never touched the brakes. And I proved that a fat man can fly. John, glad you got the floor finished. Everybody's sounding good this morning. And, yep, I got to get ready to head down to the old friend shortly, and I think I'm going to take a little Babcock down there for show and tell today. M4LQ, WA4LLR.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're bringing that. I'm anxious to see the Babcock. I'm trying to figure out what I should bring for show and tell, but I don't know what it is. Everything's too heavy. But I'd like to bring this GPR 90. Maybe I can just bring a picture of it. Well, you know, that Gray Hamfest, time got away from me, I guess, and that would probably have been more like 13 years ago, because I'm trying to pinpoint it, but it was we moved to Charlotte in 2008, and it was a couple of years after that, I think. So I'm guessing 2010, something like that. And I was driving, and I had Brian with me and John, the John that lives out near him. And anyhow, I think I saw the guy coming, and I warned them to brace themselves. And Brian had bought a SX101 and had it sitting in the back. And that guy hit, and the car behind me hit me. It totaled it. I mean, it was a great big Lexus SUV of some sort, and turned the axle on the back sideways on the car behind me. That's how hard he hit it. But the SX101, I don't think it moved at all, somehow. Anyhow, that's the second time I've been rear-ended. Happened one time in Louisville, and I was in the passenger in the riding shotgun with a guy, and we were stopped at a light, and he said, "Steve, hang on, she's going to hit us." And she hit, and she totaled out her car behind me, and we went to the hospital and got our necks checked, because I was and it was hurting pretty bad. So yeah, I was braced for it too. It just hits you so hard that unbelievable. What a weird thing it is. Now that would have been before we had a cell phone, but 2010 we had cell phones. So let's see if I got any more notes here. Good morning to everybody that just checked in, and Terry Fine on the blinky bulb. Yep, I know I've had that problem before too. And it used to be that if a bulb would just stay on solid or not blink at all, then it was the crazy light bulb. Now that was in the days of incandescent light bulbs, if you remember those. LED light bulbs, I don't think you're gonna change those quite so easy. You gotta buy the whole kit and caboodle. WB4NKL, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4NKL. That time gets away. It's hard for me to look back and put a date on a lot of stuff unless I can associate it with something else that was going on. I can't tell you the last year of the Gray Hamfest, but it's been several years, because I know Greenville's been having it quite a while. 13 years might have been about right, one of the last ones, I guess. Let's see, something else I was going to comment on. Good morning to Brandon and Rick. Good to hear y'all. And I guess I'll make this my last one and head over to eat breakfast. About the only time I eat a real breakfast is about once a month when I go over there. The rest of the time it's that cardboard or cow feed cereal type stuff. So I'm gonna go over there and have a real one today. 73s, and try to catch everybody in the morning, I guess. Go ahead, John. W4JPLs, WB4NKL.
Okay, WB4NKL in the group, W4JPL. Okay, 73, Cliff, hope you have a great day. Dave LLR, the Valiant 2 mic plug. I was wondering what kind it was. I got all kinds of crap over here. Maybe I got a plug I can send you. And Steve, I was listening to you and Chad and Mark. I guess it was late yesterday afternoon or I don't think it was early evening. I think it was late yesterday afternoon. I was just buttoning up the RME receiver. I painted the cabinet and cleaned it up. It's all pretty and it works pretty darn good. But my problem over here is when I try to get on at night or listen at night, I get all kinds of QRM from up north, a little bit from down south, but the guys from up north were just covering you guys up, so that's why I guess this is a morning hobby for me. I'm a morning person anyway. So I got my notes here. WD40UM in the group, W4JPL.
WD40UM. Steve, I was trying to think about the Hamfest. I used to work in it. Actually, I was in the Kingsport Club. Then you had the Johnson City Club and the Bristol Club. And Bristol Club, I don't know why we put up with them. Two of the members would come to the Hamfest meetings, but they never did send any help out there to help us when we done anything. But, oh well. Anyway, I think after, well, I got fed up with it. I mean, we couldn't get no help. It about worked, me and Chuck and my nephew and one or two other guys, Jim Roller. It about worked us to death, you know, trying to do everything ourselves. And so I quit and don't really know how long they done it after that. Charlie Stuchel finally took it over, and he had it 2 or 3 years there at Gray, and they did up a price there at the end. But Charlie'd get on that PA system, and I guess his last time I was out there, that stupid speaker was right up from my table, and people standing there looking at your stuff trying to talk to you. You know, Charlie, he just loved to hear his own voice, and from the time the Hamfest started until it ended, he was, you know, on that thing running his mouth. And I went up there and told him what I thought, and we kind of got into it. But old Charlie never was one of my favorite people. But, oh well. Anyway, that's the way things go. The Hamfest that I really miss, people was talking about Tentec yesterday. Well, I liked it. But I tell you, Morganton was one of my, I guess, my favorite Hamfest. Never did figure out why, but it was. I always sold pretty good, bought pretty good and everything, but you know, usually in the spring when you go over, oh man, it'd be a beautiful day. One time I was over there and it was pouring down rain, they put us all under that shed down there. But I really liked that place. And yeah, Steve, I don't have to worry about LEDs. I got a pimp mobile, so there you go. K4YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, Terry, real fine. Good morning to you, Brandon. I hope you're feeling better. I think you had another problem with your back, but I do hope you're feeling better, my friend. And yeah, I enjoyed the Gray Hamfest over there. But like I said, when I went up to Bristol, it was a wasted trip across the mountain because there wasn't nothing there. I didn't stay long. Oh, I swear I bought a ticket and went in, and I think I might have lifted a couple of tailgate tables, and that was it. Oh, well, something I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. So, Steve, I might be giving you a call. I've gone through this LMAC. I've checked every cotton picking thing in it, but I can figure out, and still ain't coming up with nothing. So I'm just wondering if the modulation transformer might have went. I don't know. And then again, it might be something so simple I'm going to look like a total fool, you know? Oh, well. But I'll give you a call here one day, and maybe we can get together one day when you're not real busy or something, and you can at least eyeball it. Anyway, I'll get in touch with you. KN4RCL to take it, K4YBC.
Hello, Chad.
Chadwick, where are you, buddy?
Hey, Chad.
Go ahead, Brandon. I guess you have a nature call.
It tends to happen after coffee. Well, good morning, all. Hope everybody's doing well. It's very, very pleasant 62 degrees up here. And Gray Ham Fest, I guess it was either 96 or 97. I went over there and spent every dime I had on an FT729 dual band handheld. It's probably 96 or 97. I don't know. I don't know when they come out, but I also enjoyed Gray a lot. I went just about every year for many, many years. Cliff, if you're still listening, I doubt you are. Enjoy your meal. Harry, I guess if you've seen me out there, I was probably walking around with Eddie Palmer. I didn't know any better. I guess he was one of my mentors. I've been many a time up to Holston Mountain, and it takes about 2.5 days to get there from his house, from your house. At least it seemed like it back in the day, but I got some stories to tell, but I'll leave those for a different time. And let's see, he passed away, didn't he? I think you said that earlier this year, or maybe I'm dreaming. I don't know. I could be dreaming because I'm not yet quite awake, but I'll stand here for a little while. But I've got to head to Pigeon Roost and try to figure out the water problem. So I guess we'll see how my back does with that. I'll clean the spring out, and I had someone in the family, not mentioning no names, went yesterday to check it, and they walked all the way up to the reservoir and seen that there was water coming into the reservoir, but there's only about 2 inches of water in the reservoir, and they didn't think to check spigots, didn't even go in the house to see if the commode might be leaking. So anyway, they're supposed to it's on the market. I'm supposed to show it this afternoon around 3 o'clock, and it'd be nice if they had water coming out of the spigot when they went to turn it on. So hopefully it's a simple fix, because if it ain't, I have no idea where that water line goes from the reservoir on its way to the house. So that might be a problem. Grandpa never went over that with me. I know the rest of the system, but I don't know where it goes from there, so maybe it'll be easy. K4YB, nope, that ain't right. WK4R. Good morning. Rick. W4G is it.
WK4. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, everybody again. Steve, you were talking about the rear end with the SX101 in the back. I'm really starting to think that's why his car was total loss. If you had that 101 in the back. Hamfest. I'm going to say Morgantown was possibly my favorite, maybe of all times. I mean, I went to several big ones and stuff, Dayton and all that, but Morgantown was just a nice hometown feel, and I could sell anything that was broke there. Beat all I ever seen. I always found all the broke stuff, took it there and sold it. I guess everybody thought they could fix something, but that's fine. And there's a lot of Hamfests that were really good once upon a time, and then they moved them to a worse spot. Some tried to go back, and that didn't work, but anyway. Supposed to start raining, I think, around 2 p.m. this afternoon, so the internet claims. And then it's going to rain for, I think it turns into monsoon season after that. And we got homecoming at church this weekend, so might be interesting. WA4 LLR, WK4.
Anybody else wanting to come in? Okay, I guess we've got the bunch today. Anywho, WK4R, WH4LLR. Well, Brandon, I hope you get your water issues corrected without a lot of expended effort or finances. And John, appreciate the offer on the plug. It's weird. When I glanced at it, I thought it was typical Johnson plug, but somebody had put the male in there with the prong sticking out, and you had to have a female on the mic. And I believe the regular Johnson was the opposite. But anyway, I keep threatening to change this one. We'll see. I'm going to have to sign on this one and try to get a couple things done before I head down to Spartanburg. But I've enjoyed it this morning. Everybody have a great day. 7-3, God bless, and Lord willing, we'll catch you in the morning. So, hope to see you before long. Steve, N4LQ, WA4LLR.
N4LQ. Okay, Dave. Yeah, have a good morning and a safe trip to Spartanburg. And we'll try to do the same here. And that's a weird mic jack. You're going to have to change that thing, get rid of it. I usually end up just putting a stereo 1/4-inch job on there and be done with it. I think they're about the easiest one to live with of all of them. And most all of my D104s, I think, have been converted to that. So anyway, I'm anxious to hear some a different mic on that rig. I think the hum problem, it seems to always be the non-amplified D104s, and especially if there's a push-to-talk lead going through the cable. And it doesn't take much, just the least little bit of ripple on that push-to-talk, and it'll pick up some hum right into the hot lead of the microphone. And you almost need cable with two separate shielded pairs, microphone cable, which is kind of hard to find. But when they run them together like that, push-to-talk and the mic, and then shield both of them, that's asking for trouble, I'll tell you that. So yeah, I think I'm going to call this one my last one, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. 73s and over to, let's see, John, W4JPL, N4LQ.
N4LQ. And the group, W4JPL. Dave, if you're still listening, I'm sure I got a chassis mount, that 2-pin plug if you want to keep it original. I still use the 2-pin plugs. It's a matter of real good solder connections, real good tight connections, and I favor Johnson transmitters, and those Einsteins, of course, put the mic jack on the back of the transmitter. So I actually made a couple of extension cables so I could have the mic out, or the jack out where I can get to it without trying to climb over the transmitter to get to it. So it works good for me. Brandon, I hope your back holds up today and you get your water problems solved quickly. I'm going to get out of here, boys. I got to go to the dump today over in Greensboro. Take all this crap from the bathroom rebuild, the floor rebuild. So hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. God bless, and I'll talk at you fellers in the morning. WD4OUM in the group, W4JPL 73.
The floor looks good, John, by the way. I just seen the picture. Did you have to replace any of the floor joists, or just the floor?
Two of the floor joists had some water damage, so what he did was he took some 2x6s, I think, and first we treated it with kilts to kill the mold, any mold that might be there, and then he excuse me, he bolted 2x6s, or screwed them on either side of those two joists. Roger?
It looks good, and glad you didn't find any dead bodies under there.
All right, 73.
WD4OUM. Well, I just sitting here thinking, Brandon. I wondered why I didn't like you, and now I know. Eddie Palmer was your mentor. God, I wouldn't have said that. But anyway. Yeah, old Eddie passed away back in May. Matter of fact, I went to his house a week or two ago down here. He got that, that tire probably cost, I don't know, $20,000 at least. And he had a humongous big beam on it. I don't know what it was, but it had 40 meters. It was a whopper. And anyway, I noticed the beam was going off of the tower. The only way anybody could get that tower, they'd have to bring a crane in, to get it. And I reckon he had a whole bunch of radio stuff there at that house. I never do see anybody down there, so I guess Wilma's still in Florida. I don't know, but oh well. Anyway, yeah, if I'd have seen you out there strutting around gray with Eddie, I'd have probably shot you. I don't know. I trying to remember. I can't ever remember seeing Eddie out there. But oh well. And Brandon, I'm going to walk right out on my deck and look over at Holston. There at. I reckon the repeater antenna was right there next to WJHL and WKPT, wasn't it? I can see them antennas just plain as day. So there you go. Anyway, cuz you still there? K4YBC, WD4OUM.
Who you killing now?
WD4OUM, K4YBC, and Chad's back. Thought he was a goner, but the cat came back, or Chad came back, or something. Anyway, I'm going to say 7 threes on this one too, guys. everybody have a great day, and we'll chat with you tomorrow. And I don't know if we had any rain last night or not, but I think maybe we're supposed to get some this evening or something. So anyway, 7-3s, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll try to look for you again in the morning. Something else I was going to say, but the train left the station. So K4RC, I'll take it. K4YBC clear.
I had to run out a few minutes ago. They had the local elementary school was on fire, and bunch of kids are going to have a breakfast, I guess. I reckon it was a pretty good fire, but they contained it to the stove and kitchen. But I think I just turned around and went on home. Brian Wilson can handle it. Brandon, you know Brian Wilson. KM4RCL. Whoever's next.
Well, it says Brandon on my list. I don't know if he got out or not. I didn't think he did.
No, squirrel. I was reading the text message. I have no idea what anybody said, but I did hear WJHL, and you are correct. That's where that repeater antenna was at. But I couldn't tell you right now how to get there, but it's a long way to the top of Holston. There's a lot of stuff up there, at least there was back in the day. 73 cuz, and I think John, you got out too, so I'll hang in here for one more. I'm trying to decide if I need to take anything with me. Probably wouldn't hurt to take a little bit of compressed air. I don't know. Can you tell I'm dreading this? If you had any idea the lay of the land, Pigeon Roost is basically poplar, which is basically the Nolichucky Gorge, and it's straight up. The only flat area on this property is the driveway and the little yard in the front, and the floor inside the house, and the rest of it is as steep as the roof or steeper. So I was just sitting here daydreaming about this joyous task ahead. Go ahead, Rick. You sent me something. I'm fixing to look at it too. WK4R W4GUZ.
WK4R. I was just trying to corrupt you. I didn't figure you'd buy it. Well, you might want to take something to dig with you. Maybe a broom. I don't know. Never heard of this 80 person. Don't know him. Apparently it was a good thing I didn't. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm the only one who finds strange things under their house or in their house. But anyway, I guess I'll get out of here, see what I can tear up or what I gotta do next. Everybody have a good day, and I'll sit here and listen for a bit. According to mine, it goes back to Terry. WD4OUM, WK4R, 7-3 and clear.
Was somebody else wanting to come in? I thought I heard somebody else yelling out there. I don't care. Whatever stuff here. WD4OUM. Billy Bob sending text messages. Where you at, Billy Bob? well. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the roads is to get up there or anything. But I made the bad mistake of going with Palmer up on Brumley. You know, he had 6-1 machine up on Brumley. And if I'd had a gun, I'd have shot him off that tire. Anyway, he went up a tire and was up there working. And, of course, there was several of us on the ground, you know, ground crew. And he takes this rope, you know, it's all fixed up and everything. He drops that rope, he was up 100 and some feet, drops it down, and it goes right down my back. It didn't touch me, but I could feel it. And hit the ground, and I almost had to change clothes. But he thought it was funny. Anyway, that was Palmer. So, yeah, I told him one time, actually it was on that repeater. He was running his mouth about all this stuff he'd done, and I told him, I said, Eddie, I figured it up, and if you done all the stuff you claim you've done, you'd be at like 187-year-old. But he probably turned over in his grave because the obituary was exactly, you know, the way his life was. He probably turned over. Anyway. KN4RCL, WD4OUM.
I believe the Forest Service sent all of them a bill. The Ham Operator Club, I think the 700 machine was up there. And for the road usage, and it's like something crazy, $500, $600 a month rent to use the road. And that's how the repeater got took down from over there. I think they got a repeater now on the, it's a fusion machine over there on the hospital in North Johnson City. What's that hospital's called? Around there? I forgot. But that's where they moved the repeater to. I'll think of it here in a second. KN4RCL, go ahead, Brandon.
So there ain't no repeater on the Holston or Ham repeater. Anyway, there were some interesting conversations on that 7.6 machine. It got interesting sometimes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much else to say. I've got this on my mind, and I want to get it done before it gets so hot you could fry an egg. Yeah. Now I've got Jimmy Buffett on my mind. I guess that's the end of an era. I don't know if there's any cover bands or not, but Actually, Grandma and Grandpa. Some good times. 73, and we should be in here tomorrow if I don't end up in the hospital. So say a prayer and wish me luck. I'm taking crutches and a cane just in case, because let me tell you, it is straight up. Get to it. Hopefully I won't have to go past the bathroom door though. I have a sneaking suspicion that the commode might have a slight drip in it. 73, some stagger weed. Hope everybody has a good day. I think it's supposed to be a little cooler today than yesterday. And it probably will rain because Amy and I were talking yesterday about spending the night up in the holler before the leaves start falling, so it'll probably rain. We'll have to reschedule that. WD4OU and an N. I'll catch you later. W4GUZ.
Well, take a goat with you, maybe 2 goats. Tie a rope around you, let them goats pull you up. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. 7-3s. KN4RCL, WD4OUN.
Is the Kingsport repeater still on Bay's Mountain, Terry?
As far as I know.
I was thinking that Kingsport repeater is up and that the repeater in Elizabethton, and that's it for the Tri-Cities, I believe.
I don't fool with repeaters no how. Anyway, see you.
See ya. 73s. We'll talk to you in the morning. KN4RCL clear.